a roaring thunderclap, the ship appeared over an unknown landscape. The roar of engines, which had once been a harmonious hum, now screeched a cacophony that seemed to tear the very fabric of the sky. The cargo ship was plummeting downward, marked by trails of smoke and fire, as if the heavens themselves were being sundered. Above a dense, rugged mountain range, they fell. No geographical markers made sense. They certainly were not in the lab or near Southern California, for that matter. They crashed through the branches of some ancient forest, the fallen wreckage scorching trails in the air as it cut through the foliage, branches snapping, leaves ignited in its wake. Aboard the ship, chaos reigned. Tossed about the cabin and fighting moments of weightlessness, the crew and stowaways began to panic. The students' screams were drowned by the wail of alarms and the flicker of emergency lights. The once sleek walls were now marred with scars and debris, and every shutter of the vessel threatened to tear it apart. "Brace yourselves," Constantine Armstrong shouted above the din, his hands gripping the controls as if they were the only things keeping him grounded. A sudden jolt rocked the ship, a violent and unpredictable motion that seemed to defy physics. Suddenly, a hole in the bulkhead ripped open, sucking cargo containers and boxes, strewing them across the landscape. Sebastian, one of the students who had come with Ethan, now clung to his friend's hand as the vortex of wind slowly pulled him out of the gaping hole in the hull. His face twisted in terror, and a glimpse of wild, uncomprehending eyes were his last words, and then he was gone, pulled out and consumed by the chaos outside. "He's been pulled out," another student cried, her voice breaking with horror and disbelief. "No time," Constantine snapped, his eyes narrowed, his focus unwavering. "Grab something. Hold on." The descent was uncontrolled, a wild plunge through the ancient forest, each second a lifetime of terror. Trees splintered like matchsticks, rocks shattered as if made of glass, and the ship began to break apart, its once imposing structure reduced to ruin. Finally, with a deafening crash that seemed to shake the very core of the world, it came to rest, half buried in the earth, smoldering and defeated. A ringing in his ears and blurred vision that he strived to bring into focus is all that Ethan could comprehend. The remaining students, dazed and injured, began to stir, their minds struggling to comprehend what had happened. The forest around them was transformed, a scar of destruction amidst the untouched wilderness, a tangible testament to the violence of their arrival. One of the students stammered, her voice weak and hands trembling. "We've crashed. God knows where we are." As they emerged from the wreckage, they surveyed the scene, their hearts heavy with the knowledge of their loss. The once gleaming ship was a twisted ruin, its metal body contorted in agony. The dense, misty mountains loomed around them, both menacing and mysterious. Peaks shrouded in clouds, valleys cloaked in verdant green, a landscape both breathtakingly beautiful and forbidding, only shattered by the wreckage of their vessel in this dense forest. Constantine Armstrong crawled out of the port cargo door. With a calm but firm voice, he called those already outside the vessel to help the injured. "My crew is dead. You're my crew now until we get out of this." "What about our lost friend?" a student asked, his voice choked, remembering their fallen comrade. "We'll have to find him, if he survived. But first, we must take care of ourselves." I am going to break you into some teams, Constantine informed them. Find what cargo, supplies, or wreckage that might be useful, and let's rendezvous in 20. As they began to assess their situation, formulating plans and counting their dwindling supplies, they were unaware that they were not alone. Watching from the shadows, hidden among the ancient trees, were figures in humble robes,